Hey, Dr. Gene here, Monadnock Natural Health, helping you to find your blueprint to wellness. I wanted to talk to you today about two concepts, and they kind of relate to each other. One is called stacking strategies in relation to what's called your chronic inflammation code. Now, inflammation, I think it's the buzzword. Everybody kind of knows inflammation. It's a big thing, and it's the precursor to like your big three: heart disease, cancer, diabetes, but also obviously the 140 some odd autoimmune conditions that are out there. And hormone issues are mostly inflammation based. In fact, most all chronic health conditions, pretty much all chronic health conditions, there's an inflammation piece to it. But if you want to get serious about, solving your chronic inflammation issues, we have to understand that inflammation is actually not the problem. Yeah, it causes problems, but it's secondary to another problem, or typically a set of other problems for most people, stressors, things that cause inflammation. Because remember, inflammation is the response, just like to the virus, the bacteria, whatever it may be. And so if we have chronic inflammation, it's telling us that there's an unresolved situation that the body has to stay in this constant state of inflammation. Now, the problem is we stay in that chronic inflammation. It is destructive to joints, to organs, and so forth. And anybody who's got a chronic like autoimmune condition knows what I'm talking about here. And so when we're getting, each person, because you're unique and you've had a different, unique life and things you become exposed to, we each have a unique, what I call a chronic inflammation code. And, you know, it can be it's to be a combination of things. And I think about my chronic inflammation code and going back and looking at the different things. Like, yeah, I had a stressful childhood. I had some silver amalgam fillings. I had some parasites. And you start putting the pieces together. That was what was going on with me, but it may be a different story. So because you have a chronic inflammation code, you have to have a strategy that matches what's going on with you. So as a chiropractor, I practiced straight chiropractic for many years and really some cool stuff, and saw amazing healing miracles, literally, simply by placing a light force into the body and the body changing and healing. Amazing stuff, but not everybody got better. And as a practicing functional nutrition practitioner, amazing changes in the tools that we use, but not everybody, right? And the different things I've done, you realize that there's not one answer. You have to stack your strategies in a way that cover those different bases, because again, if you have a toxicity and something else, doing a detox handles one piece of that thing but not the rest of it. So stacking strategies in our office, the way we look at something like, wow, most people that are having these hormone and inflammation issues, you got to make sure you get the gut straightened out. You got to handle those root cause wise, put out those fires. You got to have the right nutrition. You got to handle stress. You got to put together the right package of things. And so we have different kind of group packages uh, of strategies, or stacking strategies based on what's going on with an individual. So if you've been struggling, if you're out there and you're like, man, I'm trying this, and you did, like, I tried nutrition and it kind of worked, but it didn't. All those things that you've done, if they make sense, like eating good nutrition, getting better rest and sunlight, and all the things you could do, they worked. They might not be the whole thing. You might be missing pieces of your code, but don't despair. Don't act like you wasted your time, because you didn't, because you at least got something out of that. But the key to success, and really success, is to really get all those pieces of your chronic inflammation code handled, by stacking the strategy in the right way. So if that interests you and you want to talk a little bit about that, click the link below, book a free discovery call, and we'll have a chat and talk about solving your chronic inflammation code. Anyway, Dr. Gene Clerkin here, Monadnock Natural Health. If you like this information, please like and subscribe, and you'll get more. Talk to you soon.